Well, right now there are 31 vaccine-preventable diseases. Vaccines are not just for children either. There are at least 18 different vaccines the CDC recommends for adults. Calling in this morning to talk about adult vaccinations is family doctor Costa Virgos from McLaren Flint. We appreciate you checking in with us, and we want to start with asking about vaccines. They have become a bit controversial over the last decade, but why would you say they are so important?
Thanks for having me on this morning. So yeah, I think one of the important things of vaccines is the fact that we do have a lot of diseases that we do have preventable measures for. I think one of the common things with a lot of patients I treat is that people like to be more reactive as instead of proactive to certain things. So vaccines at least allow us to get ahead of certain diseases, at least prevent any complications that some of these illnesses may cause before they actually happen. So.
Well, what are some of the key vaccines recommended for adults specifically?
So for adults, there's there's a few big ones that I really like to kind of discuss with my patients about. One of them being the shingles vaccine. That's something that we start recommending once adults hit the age of 50, and even that's a vaccine where we at least do discuss if it is important for adults to get. And then more recently, the RSV vaccine has come out. That is one that's important for a lot of adults with any major respiratory history, either it be COPD, asthma, or emphysema. And then I also like to, talk about obviously getting people's annual vaccines with COVID and flu updated, and then a couple other ones just kind of based on, more shared decision making between me and my patients. So.
Now, is there a place that adults can maybe find a list of these, of the different vaccines available, and also the recommended ages that you mentioned?
Yeah, so the CDC has a very useful infographic, a very useful website to look over vaccines. They're split based by age. There's based on tons of data and long-term studies on these things. And usually when I have patients who do have more questions about any vaccine preventable illness, I like to point them toward the CDC's website. Just because it is so helpful and very clear. It's very hard to miss some of the information they put on this website.
Well, if you were in a doctor's office, let's say, for an appointment, and the doctor does not bring up these vaccines, should you ask about them?
Yeah, so, vaccines are part of preventative care. So obviously something, it's kind of an ongoing thing to discuss with your doctor, especially during your yearly physicals or even during some routine office appointments where you may have time to kind of ask questions and see if it is something that you should be getting updated.
And if somebody does need more than one, are these all given at once? Does it depend on what the vaccine is?
For the most part, most vaccines can be all given at the same time. However, I know some healthcare providers do kind of have a limit, just because some people do react strongly. We call it site reaction over where they do get the injection. So sometimes giving more than one is a little bit much for people, but you can always kind of space these out if needed.
Wonderful. And if someone is interested in making an appointment with you or another McLaren provider, what should they do?
So people can schedule either through calling in to the office directly. You can call and get scheduled with myself or any other McLaren provider. And then also going through the McLaren website. And then some of us are available on other third-party sites, such as ZocDoc, to get scheduled with to come in for an appointment.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Virgos. A lot of helpful information there. And we want to remind everyone they can find more information by going to the hot link section at the top of WNEM.com.